What is up, everybody? It's your boys, Adrian and Gavin here yet again, back with another podcast episode. Today with the NFL for week number 3. We are inside the Pylon Podcast, ITPP. We also have our main channel, Truz. Check both those out. Obviously, you're here from one of those channels. And then while you're here, drop a like, subscribe. It's all free, helps us out a bunch. But enough of that small talk before. We're going to get Gavin introduced in a second, like always. But I just want to detail to you guys, we're going to be covering week 2 recap, some injuries that happened, some big news. We're going to be predicting week 3 with a little faster this time with new format. Obviously, we're improving every time. Also, going to be hitting you with our bold prediction segment and then just kind of some talk around the league. But that's enough for me for right now in the intro. And Gavin, you can take us away.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, what is up, y'all? So, into the week 2 recap, right? First, we're gonna talk about Thursday night. Absolute chaos. I think there was like a jump off sides for a field goal. Why do I feel like that happened? I don't know.
It was 30-28, I believe.
Mm.
The football team was beating the Giants. The Giants. Oh no! It was
football team kicking.
28-27.
Yeah,
football team
they
was
were kicking. Yeah.
Giants jump off sides. Dustin Hopkins, the football team's kicker, misses the field goal.
And then
because it's offside, they obviously get the kick again.
Yeah.
And then he makes it, making it 30-28.
That sounds right. Yeah, that sounds right. But a really, really good game. We expected low scoring, high scoring game. I mean, not like super duper high scoring, but 30-27 is a lot higher than we thought. I thought 13-7. He thought 17-10, I believe. But a good game and definitely a good way to start off the week. The Broncos start 2-0, which is interesting. Maybe not playing the best of opponents. They're going to play the Jags this week. Who did they play last week? Oh, wait.
Still a cakewalk.
Yeah. But kind of like a cakewalk for the Broncos, no matter what you're talking about here. Bills destroy the Finns, man. I'm feeling I knew it would happen too. In my mind, right? Like the day before Saturday, I thought to myself, what happened last when the Bills played the Dolphins? The Bills put up like 58 with backups in week 17. I don't know if you guys remember that, but a crazy, crazy game. And the Dolphins put up maybe like 20. I don't remember what the final score was, but I think it was like 58-20, maybe 58-17. But the Bills destroyed the Finns like a lot. But also in that game, Tua goes down with an injury, which we'll talk about later. We'll go more in depth about that. Adrian, by the way, you're good to chime in at any time here. If you have anything to say about these games, I'm just quick running through week 2. But
yeah, I gotcha. Go ahead.
In my opinion, Browns survived the Texans. You're lagging a bit, but you're all right. You're all right. Browns survived the Texans due to the Tyrod Taylor injury, which once again we'll talk about later. And that's him jumping out of the call. He's back. Okay. You good now?
I just really started to see if the lag went away a bit.
Yeah. Good point. Defense carries Fields to a victory. I think his final stats were like 6 for 16 or something like that with 1 pick and 60 yards. Like very off numbers. I mean, yeah, he's a rookie, but Fields did not look good. At the same time, a lot of drops from the offense. I think Allen Robinson even had a drop, which is very uncharacteristic. The 49ers sneak
27.7 pass rating.
20, really? Holy crap.
Mm-hmm. Wait. Before you get into anything also. So far, through 2 weeks, rank the rookie quarterbacks.
Mac Jones, number 1. I think easily.
Trey Lance not getting many snaps.
Yeah, that's the thing is like the guys that I think are like the best. I'll say Zach Wilson is not top. I'll do my top 5.
Davis Mills over Zach Wilson.
Agreed. But I'm talking about like the top QBs that were taking the draft.
Yeah, guys actually playing too.
Yeah, also true. I think Justin Fields is good. But
Lawrence, Fields, Jones, Wilson and Davis Mills, I guess, because he's actually getting some snaps in now, and he'll be the starter.
So number 1, Mac Jones easily. Number 2, I'll put Trevor Lawrence because he's been like okay, like not good, but okay. And also I think he'll be better as it goes on. At 3, I'll put Davis Mills. 4, I'll put Justin Fields, and 5, I'll put White Boy Wonder, Zach Wilson. But he was just lobbing it up, bro. What even was that?
He looked really bad. I'd agree with you, except I'd swap
Mills and Lawrence.
Davis Mills and Lawrence.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was thinking about flipping them.
Like I don't know. Marvin Jones, DJ Chark, and Laviska Shenault are not they're not trash. I'd give them probably a C or B tier right there. You know what I'm saying?
I'd be B minus tier.
Yeah. And dude, first career game, 3 TDs, which is nice. 300 yards, nice, but 3 picks.
Yeah.
And then followed up after that with only 118 yards, 1 TD, and 2 picks. Dude, Davis Mills. The reason why I'm saying him over Lawrence is because he played a half of a game and put up identical stats almost, except he had 1 less interception.
Yeah.
And I'd say, in my opinion, the Browns' defense is better than the Broncos' defense. With Bradley Chubb.
100%. 100%.
And Von Miller progressing. Yeah, because Myles Garrett, Denzel Ward, all those guys.
And they're also young and faster. Meanwhile, the Broncos are a little bit slower, a little older, including Von Miller.
Too.
And also true. Back to the week 2 recap. So 49ers sneak to a win in Philly. My friend Dylan was not happy about that game. Niners did a lot of QB sneaking to win that game. The Panthers are 2-0. What?
Dude, Sam Darnold. I called it all along, bro. I said MVP race, Sam Darnold. And sure enough, dude, he looks
13-4? Question mark?
Dude,
17
I was in the NFL rankings and what we talked about players. Dude, the same team that held Aaron Rodgers to 7 points, 3 points, whatever it was. Yeah, 3 points. Freaking Sam Darnold just took a fat dump one.
Yeah, exactly.
Over here with freaking 305 yards, 2 TDs. So the whole time, dude, if you want your career to die, just go to New York. Either one, Jets or Giants.
Zach Wilson understands.
Yeah. Zach Wilson understands now. Daniel Jones understands.
He's seeing ghosts.
Yeah, Zach Wilson's seeing those ghosts now. There's 3 picks to the Patriots.
I love how a commentator, or no, who was it? It was one of the people asking questions at the end of the game. Asked, yeah, he asked if Zach Wilson was actually seeing ghosts, and Zach Wilson was like, he took it like a champ. He was like, oh, absolutely not. You know that hurt inside. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know that hurt inside.
Do you ever see that meme where it's the guy is he's crying, but then he has the smiley face mask over top?
Yeah.
That's him, but freaking add a headband on it.
Oh my gosh. Matt Stafford to Cooper Kupp connection is nasty. I think Cooper Kupp is 200 some yards, a bunch of touchdowns, and 16 catches in 2 weeks. That's amazing. Although give some credit to the Bears safeties who have done a great job at allowing that to happen. The Raiders are a playoff team. That's weird. Were you saying something? Sorry. I heard a little. I heard a little bug there. Zach Wilson. Oh wait, we already talked about him. Tom Brady was being Tom Brady again. 5 touchdowns, no picks. He's on record for 100 plus touchdowns or something like that. I saw some crazy stat. 2 weeks, 9 touchdowns I think was. So
yeah, 19.
Multiply that by 9, 81 touchdowns.
2 weeks, I think. By 8.5, yeah.
Maybe a little less actually, but
right now, speaking of Brady, gonna make an Instagram post about this later. if you're not following the Instagram, you're missing out. Into the Pylon podcast on Instagram, we post lots of updates on there, some cool graphics, some good knowledge stuff. But I would like to say my MVP race so far. Obviously, it's only 2 weeks. Things are gonna change. Things, it's wild. But I just want to throw it out there now to give kind of a gauge. I'd say number one, if the season ended today, MVP is Tom Brady. I would say Derek Carr, but it's like, to me, Derek Carr having 800 yards, Tom Brady having almost 700, but Brady having 9 TDs and Carr only having 4. It's like that difference right there is the value to your team that you need. But I'd say probably Brady 1, Derek Carr 2, Kyler Murray 3. That's how I'd have it ranked right now.
I can understand that. I'd put Derek Carr at 1, not just because of stats, but also because of the fact that Derek Carr's been able to put the ball in the money. I don't know if you saw that throw to Henry Ruggs. Holy crap, man. There's one spot and one spot only to put that ball to beat overrated Minkah Fitzpatrick, and he put it there. It was beautiful. Tom Brady would be number 2, but it's very close number 1 and number 2. I'd be fine with either. And then number 3 would be K1. So I can agree with that. Back on to week 2. K1 looks great. We were just talking about him. Chargers, in my opinion, got reffed. They got like a couple touchdowns taken away, a lot of yards. I remember one for my fantasy team specifically. I had both Justin Herbert and Jared Cook. They had a touchdown together, both of them. And then they got called back for illegal man downfield. And then a play later, it was intentional grounding. I don't remember if that was actually should have been called intentional grounding, but oh wait, no. It was called down. He was called down. Yeah.
He wasn't even down.
I remember that. Yeah, stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid. I was thinking of a different game, but I think the Chargers got
You're thinking of
reffed.
Mahomes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Chargers got reffed. I think the Cowboys deserved the win. Don't get me wrong. But I think the Chargers deserved the chance to win that game. But then the refs said, I don't think so. Titans and King Henry are awake, most likely. Ryan Tannehill still sucks after a huge comeback win. I think the game was 21-3 or something like that. Something along those lines. And then they come back and win 31 to, 28? With a field goal in OT. Crazy game. Really, really good game. Guys haven't seen the highlights of that, go watch it right now. And then the Lions didn't actually look too bad for the first couple quarters. Feels weird to say.
I would agree with that.
Jared Goff had one missed pass, I think, for the first 2 quarters pretty much. And a touchdown or so and a couple hundred yards. That's crazy. Jared Goff is actually okay. Now, it's on to the good stuff. Sunday Night Football. Who wants to talk about it? Is it game of the year? What do you think?
Game of 2 weeks.
So game of the year so far. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give credit though. You know who said that the Ravens were going to be the Chiefs? Gavin.
Right here.
What a guy.
I felt something about
right
it.
on the podcast episode. Dude. Yeah, once the podcast ended, I even told my dad, I was like, we were driving on Sunday, I was like, I think the Ravens are going to win now. Because it was I don't know, it seemed so stupid that it seemed like they were just going to win. If that even makes sense. The odds were so stacked that the motivation had to be there and the first home game in the Ravens Stadium with fans in there, full capacity and so long. Ray Lewis comes out, just the underdog mentality, and sure enough, the comeback.
Our home field advantage of never mind, I'm not gonna say that on the podcast.
Hey, all I gotta say, don't mess around in the bank.
You know what I'm thinking about. Yeah. You know exactly what I'm thinking about.
That check will get bounced.
But yeah, it felt like one of those games that it just was gonna happen. I don't know why, but it just felt like a game where the Ravens were gonna win. Even when we throw a pick six on the freaking third play of the game. Sammy Watkins sucks. But like we still came back. Lamar Jackson played amazing. Deshaun Elliott took a dump. Sadly didn't come back from the dump though. We couldn't tackle, specifically on that Travis Kelce touchdown play, bro. When I was watching that, I was just like, really? But great game. Respect to the Chiefs because they played amazing. And then Odafe away decided to say hello after getting basically setting up the pick and then the fumble. Dude, that guy, early pick for Defensive Rookie of the Year after the first couple weeks? I think so. Anything you got to say, Adrian, about Sunday
Dude,
Night Football?
that game was so fun to watch, dude. I gotta point out too, Marquise Brown stepping up,
Oh, yeah.
113
Oh,
yards
yeah.
on 6 catches and a TD. Looked money, and he was hurt, wasn't supposed to play all week long.
And he had both his
Really fun to
girlfriends
watch.
there.
Yeah, both.
Both. Not just one. Bro, I'm seeing him on way too many ads nowadays. Freaking like,
Yeah, dude,
um,
Dick Sporting Goods on Snapchat.
yeah, dude, he needs to get
You
he needs to
remember
get
that?
off. Get off my phone. Like,
Bro, I see him every single time, dude.
I
I'm
know,
posting the
right?
stories. I just see him wearing his clothes, dude. I'm like, bro.
He's making that
It's him and this
bank
other guy
at the
too. I don't know who
bank.
the other guy is. If you know what I'm talking about, there's two of them. It's like,
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I remember one
yeah,
where he's
there's that
just
one
standing
guy.
on like the stairs, staring at
Oh
you.
yeah. There's one where he's like sitting down with, he's sitting like butt on the stair, and he's got 2 feet on the other stair, and he's just arms kind of
Yeah,
crossed, and
yeah.
just looking at you. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
I have that screenshot
Yeah,
on my phone.
like how we just dove into this like advertisement, the ultimate ad
Yeah,
for Dick's
yeah,
Sporting Goods.
absolutely. You guys should go purchase some stuff at Dick's Sporting Goods while we're talking about this. Not advertised, but we would like to be. But yeah, that was pretty much it for Sunday Night Football. A great game to watch. If you haven't seen the highlights, you're bad. But game of the year, in my opinion, early in the season, of course, only 2 weeks in. But there's been actually a lot of really, really good games in prime time. Like the NFL has done a great job so far at doing that. Like I'm actually surprised. But on to the next one. We're gonna talk about some QB injuries. So would you like to start it off, Adrian? You want me to? Or you want
You
to just
can.
all right. So Carson Wentz, both ankles, once again gets back injured. Questionable to be back. I think all these guys are questionable except for Tyrod Taylor, who's unable to play Thursday because short week. But as you can see on the screen, a lot of these players got injured. Derek Carr, like a lot of people didn't even notice, but I think it might have been, I don't know, one of the Steelers D linemen on like a third and goal, maybe it was even a 2-point conversion play, like hit his leg. And he kind of hurt his ankle off of it. And then he just walked off and defeated the Steelers anyway. But he's questionable for week 3. John Gruden says he's good. But that's also John Gruden, and he's always like, I want to be back in 2002. He doesn't care. He doesn't give a crap if you're injured. But some interesting injuries. Of course, Tua, big starting QB in Miami. Andy Dalton being out means more Justin Fields. So Bears fans are probably happy, but I still feel bad for Andy Dalton. Tyrod Taylor means Texans are probably not good. But
Davis Mills
yeah,
all day. The Tyrod Taylor curse lives on.
the Rod
He
Taylor.
spawned Mayfield, he spawned Allen, he spawned Herbert, and now he spawns the fourth, Davis Mills.
Technically, we could say Kiko Alonso spawned Lamar Jackson because he freaking rocked Joe Flacco. On to week 3. So we have this set up a little bit differently. We're going to go a little bit faster through this. Just talk about a few specific games. So on the left, we have a couple games. The Panthers versus the Texans, we don't really feel like talking about too much. So we have our answers to the games, our scores, and the same for other games, as we picked the same teams to win every game, but not really the most interesting games, kind of. Games that are either not the greatest teams or just a dominant win we put in there or expected dominant win. But on the right, you can see my picks for the games. Adrian might have different picks, so you know, just letting you know this is my picks, not his. Um, but any games you want to specifically talk about this week, Adrian?
Chargers Chiefs, classic divisional rivalry, heightened by both teams' young quarterbacks as well as their successful records.
Okay. Yeah, the AFC West is popping off this year. What 1-1 Chiefs, 1-1 Chargers, 2-0 Raiders, 2-0 Broncos.
Who would
Kind
have
of
thought that
crazy.
if you said before the season started, oh yeah, the Raiders and Broncos are going to be 2-0, and the Chiefs and Chargers will be 1-1,
Crazy,
I'd be
bro.
like, bro, what?
Crazy. Another game I want to talk about. I feel like a lot of people are going to dislike this pick, but Seattle losing to Minnesota. Okay, my call. Minnesota wins because for some reason Kirk Cousins pulls it out of his massive, massive hands, and says, "We you like that." But the home crowd's going to come in to play a lot, and I think this will just be a game where Russell Wilson has a little bit of an off day, and that little bit changes everything in the game, and Seattle just can't win, just can't come back. Either not enough time or just the Vikings have too big of a lead. Um, but I have a feeling Minnesota's going to win that at home at 425. Any other games you want to talk about before we
Gotcha.
jump into bold predictions?
How about we go? Trying to think real quick. Browns Bengals. I think the Bengals pull off the upset.
Browns Bengals. It's
Mm.
it's Browns Bears.
Oh, okay. Dude, I freaking read that wrong. Oh yeah, I'm not looking at the schedule right now. I was trying to see it.
You're fine.
Oh yeah, it's Bengals Steelers division. Okay, I got you. I got you.
Hmm.
I want to say Bengals pull off the upset, but
They
I just
could. They could.
Big Ben's hurt also. So.
Yeah, and TJ Watt is. I actually don't know if he's playing. If he can play,
Yeah,
because he
Big
was
Ben's
injured.
questionable because he hurt his pec,
Is Hooter.
and they're off the last loss. So I'm gonna go Bengals take a dub.
Okay.
There you go, big upset.
Okay. Um, Last game I want to talk about is going to be um New Orleans, New England. I feel like this is going to be a low turnover game, even though Jameis Winston's starting on the other side. I feel like it's going to be well coached teams. They're going to probably have a low scoring game. Um, but I think New England will pull out the win, especially at home in Foxborough. Um, Mac Jones is interesting. Mac Jones works, right, for the time being. I don't think he's great, but I think he's good. And I think Bill
Mm.
Belichick makes him look even better because that's Bill Belichick. But I do think Bill Belichick will make Jameis Winston look like a rookie out there because that's just what he does. He's so good. Um, but New England will win this game. Probably low scoring affair. Maybe like 21-17, somewhere in that range. But yeah, that's going to be it for week 3 matchups that we want to talk about. On to some bold predictions. So, Adrian, you want to start it off here?
Getting real bold. We're gonna start out not so bold and then progressively get bolder as we go on. It's like the Fitness Gram Pacer test.
I was thinking the
The
same
Fitness
thing. I
Gram
was going to
Aerobic
say the
Pacer
same
test.
thing,
We'll
bro.
start out, and the
Is a
left will
fitness
get
capacitor
progressively more
test.
difficult. Yeah,
Yeah, it progressively gets more
as the
difficult
time goes
as
on.
time goes along.
I'm
God,
gonna
bro.
go with my first prediction: Chargers beat. Pull upset. He's a little upset. I think the Chiefs are gonna be a little rattled from losing to the Ravens. Coming a little defeated. I got the Sunday night game. Not that it matters that much, but Sunday night game from Baltimore in the East Coast, obviously. Then flying out to LA, West Coast. Or flying to Kansas City. I don't know if they're home or away, but still, it's like a long plane ride after a Sunday night football game. I feel like that might cause them some problems, especially coming off a loss too. So I'm just believing in the Chargers to end up taking that W.
Okay. On to my bold prediction. Both of these are going to be game winners. So, bold prediction: Rams upset the Bucks. So, I don't think this is the craziest bold prediction, which is why it's my first one. But the Bucks are really good. Tom Brady's really good. But somehow the Rams pull it out of the hat. And Matthew Stafford does his thing. Jalen Ramsey maybe does something crazy. Aaron Donald probably does some crazy, disrupts some stuff, and they pull off the win. Adrian,
I
your
got you.
second.
My next.
Oh crap! This
My
is actually
next.
me. Crap!
Well,
I forgot the way this works. My bad.
you forgot how.
I don't want to talk about it. Okay. Lamar Jackson puts up his second career 300-yard passing yard game. Why do I always say that weird? 300-yard passing game. There you go. I keep saying passing yard game, but yeah. If you guys follow the Instagram, Jalen Hurts is more. We don't want to talk about that, but at the same time, Lamar Jackson's more of a runner, and we all know he's probably had over 400 yards in a couple games, and also in his MVP season, he got taken out early of games. So, stats can be way more inflated in that scenario. But Lamar Jackson goes off against Detroit. Big victory. Adrian?
For my next bold prediction, I have Josh Allen throws 2 picks en route to a loss against the Washington football team. I think that Washington football team defensive line will be too much for Josh Allen. He'll be under pressure. He'll be under duress, and he will end up turning the ball over, and in the end, causing his team to lose to Taylor Heineke in the Washington football team.
Okay. For the next one, Adrian, you're back up again.
Next up, my third prediction: Derek Carr puts up 400 yards against the Dolphins. Gavin talked about how he's his front runner for MVP, and I can definitely see that for sure. I think he just keeps his pace against them because he's played so well this year. He's beat many teams, and it's kind of crazy to think that pretty much no matter what Derek Carr does, he will reach 1,000 yards in 3 games. So he is on pace right now. If he once he hits 1,000, say if he's out at 1,000, he's on pace for basically trying to think about what almost like 400 a game, and then multiply that by freaking 17. You're looking at Derek Carr throwing for like a lot of yards, like 5,800. Maybe round it down to like 5,600 just for more realism. But like the man's just looking like he's a real MVP candidate. Can he contain that pace? Can he hold on to it? I don't know, but I believe that pace does stay against Miami after they just got blown out by Josh Allen and the Bills.
To my next bold prediction, Zach Wilson puts up 4 touchdowns. Sorry. And 0 picks en route to beating the Broncos. The reason why I'm laughing about this so much, my friend thinks Zach Wilson is going to be an MVP candidate. Absolute joke. But yeah, bold. It's my third level of bold. On to the next one, Adrian. Your last bold prediction.
Final one. Going very bold. He continues to ride his hot streak. Speaking of the Ravens, speaking of the Lions, like Gavin's second prediction, I have Hollywood Brown puts up his first career 200-yard game. Man's been balling. He's been looking good. Got 2 girlfriends out there rooting for him. So I'm thinking double the girlfriends, double the yards, 113 yards times 2, and we're looking at 226 yards. 113 for both girlfriends, and that's that right there.
And my
No
last
Jeff
one.
Okuda also.
Oh yeah, good point. Last one. Eagles defense shuts down Dak Prescott and makes him throw 5 picks. Absolutely crazy, but I mean, I was gonna put it at 4, but I said this is the last one, so let's just chuck it up there. maybe if these bold predictions are correct, maybe like Dak Prescott will be doing this Monday, right? They play Monday. I think they play Monday.
Mhm.
So yeah, guys, that'll be it for the podcast. Anything you got to say before we end it off, Adrian?
Thank you guys for listening. Appreciate it. Had fun. Trying to improve every week, get better, kind of experiment with things, certain segments, keep some, remove some,
Bro.
shorten the length, increase the length, whatever.
Sorry, my mom's screaming out there talking to a cat. Keep going, keep going.
And make sure to like, comment, subscribe for more. We're gonna keep bringing it. We're gonna keep getting better, and it'll be a fun season.
Yeah, guys, looking forward to it. Next time we'll talk about some
Be
future
better.
games. Yeah, we'll improve, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Anything you guys you think we should do, let us know. Drop in the comments. Check out our Twitch. Check out the Instagram. And soon we'll be on some more platforms. Maybe looking at Spotify and some other stuff in the future. So we'll let you know. We'll keep you updated on that. But of course, check out the other stuff. If you're watching on Inside the Podcast channel, go check out Truz. If you're checking out on Truz, go check out the other channel, Inside the Pylon Podcast. And that'll be it for us. Peace out.
Yep. Peace.